He tried to get rid of this dog more than once, but no matter what he did, the dog always came back. The rain wouldn't stop. A stray dog stood under the edge of a roof just trying to stay out of the downpour, but the man living there didn't want it around. He stepped outside, drove the dog away, and locked the gate behind him. The message was clear: stay out. With nowhere else to go, the dog ended up beside a trash bin, soaked, cold, hungry. It curled into itself, waiting for the rain to ease, waiting for anything to change. By the next day, it could barely hold on. Still, it came back. There was nothing to eat, so it picked up a slipper and started chewing. The man saw it and pushed it away again. The man threw leftover food into the trash. The dog was watching from a distance. It rushed forward and ate everything it could. That moment kept it alive, and from then on, it started following the man. Wherever he went, the dog stayed behind him. The man tried to ignore it. He walked faster, trying to lose it. Then suddenly, a motorcycle sped past. The dog didn't move in time. It lay there, shaking. Its back legs wouldn't respond. The man stopped. He looked at the dog, and hesitated. Then he turned away, and walked home. People nearby didn't step in either. To them, it was just a stray. No owner, no responsibility. But not long after, the man came back. He didn't explain. He simply lifted the dog, placed it on his luggage, and rushed off, straight to the hospital. The dog survived, but the man was clear from the start. He wasn't keeping it. He told the doctor to find someone else. Until then, he would keep it temporarily. Back home, he kept his distance. No attention, no care. But the dog adjusted on its own. It climbed onto the table, and finished his meal without asking, as if it had always belonged there. That night, it wouldn't stop making noise. The man worried the neighbors might notice, so he tried to quiet it down, held it, covered its mouth, but he stepped away. The barking returned again and again, until the dog finally wore itself out. By then, it was almost morning. The man barely got any rest, but the dog slept peacefully. When he came home later that day, everything was different. The house was in complete chaos. Objects scattered everywhere. Nothing was untouched. That was enough. He called the doctor, asked for the dog to be taken away immediately. But the dog had heard him, and the next day, the damage got worse. The sofa was torn open. Stuffing filled the air. The room looked completely out of control. The man lost his temper. He grabbed a tool, and chased the dog across the house. Right then, someone came to adopt the dog, and saw everything. The situation spoke for itself. The adoption didn't happen. After that, the dog didn't back down. It started causing even more trouble. One day, it grabbed the man's clothes, and ran straight outside. The man had to chase after it, trying not to draw attention. At night, it disturbed his sleep. During the day, it followed him everywhere. Even outside, he couldn't control it. Eventually, he made a decision. When no one was around, he let go of the leash and walked away. But it didn't work. The dog came back again. With no other option, he contacted the doctor. He even suggested giving the dog away for money. But before anything could happen, he collapsed. The exhaustion caught up to him. The dog rushed over. It kept pushing him with its paws, barking non-stop, refusing to leave. The noise brought attention. Neighbors came. Help arrived. As the man was taken away, the dog followed, running behind the ambulance, not stopping. At the hospital, the diagnosis wasn't serious, but the dog didn't know that. It stayed outside, watching, waiting. That moment changed something. The man began to see things differently. After that, they started spending time together, going out, staying close, sharing the same space. Then one day, someone came to take the dog. This time, everything went through. The dog didn't want to leave. It kept looking back, waiting, but the man didn't stop it. After it was gone, the house felt empty again. Everything returned to silence. Days later, he was asked to visit the new owner to handle some paperwork. When he arrived, he opened the door, and stopped. The house looked familiar. Too familiar. The same mess. The same destruction. The new owner couldn't handle it. The dog was sent back. This time, the man didn't hesitate. He kept it. Life slowly changed. He took care of it, cleaned it, stayed with it. For the first time, he wasn't alone. But then, something felt wrong. The dog grew quiet, weak, unresponsive. The result came: a serious illness. Very little time left. The man didn't say anything, but everything had already changed. He remembered something. The dog liked snow, so he made a decision. He would take it there, no matter how far. And that journey was only just beginning. Travel wasn't easy. Most places refused to let them stay. No pets allowed. They kept getting turned away, again and again. At one point, the man came up with an idea. He pretended to be blind, held a cane, wore dark glasses, and let the dog act as a guide dog. That was the only way they could get a room. Even then, nothing about this trip was smooth. But somehow, they kept moving forward. They tried things the dog had never experienced before. Flying high above the ground, running freely by the sea. For a while, it almost felt like a normal trip. But the truth was catching up. The dog's condition was getting worse. Its fur began to fall out. Red patches spread across its skin. It was getting weaker, day by day. The man saw everything, but he said nothing. He just stayed beside it. At one point, their vehicle broke down. They were stranded on the road for hours. No one stopped. No one helped. Until one car suddenly turned back. The driver helped them, brought them home, gave them a place to rest. For a few days, things felt peaceful again, even the dogs got along. But the man knew they couldn't stay. Before leaving, the driver gave him something, a pass to a dog competition. He told him, don't let the dog leave with regrets. At the event, things didn't go as planned. Before it even started, the dog ran into the field, barking loudly, drawing attention. People laughed. The judges criticized him, said he didn't train the dog properly. That was the breaking point. The man lost control. He snapped at the dog. The dog froze, like a child being scolded. It gently placed its paw on him, as if asking for forgiveness. The man stopped. He realized what he had done, so he tried again. This time, calm, focused. He gave a signal. The dog ran forward, jumped over the highest obstacle, and landed perfectly in his arms. The crowd went silent, then erupted into applause. For that moment, nothing else mattered. But reality returned quickly. They ran out of money, no place to stay. They slept outside. Even their tent was blown away by the wind. With no other choice, they took shelter in an abandoned bus. To keep going, the man sold everything. His phone, even his motorcycle. Now, they had nothing left, except each other. The journey became harder. They walked, hitchhiked, asked strangers for help. The dog's condition kept getting worse. It began vomiting, barely had the strength to move. The man tried everything, local remedies, prayers, staying awake all night beside it, but nothing worked. Still, they didn't stop. After a long journey, they finally got on a bus, and for the first time, they saw it, the snow mountain. But then, they were stopped. The road ahead was blocked. No one was allowed through. The man tried to explain, tried to beg, but it didn't work until someone recognized them. Their story had already spread. That night, they were allowed to stay, and promised a ride the next day. But the man couldn't wait. He heard the dog breathing heavily. He knew what it meant. If they waited, it might be too late. So in the middle of the night, he made a choice. He carried the dog on his back, and started climbing, step by step, through the cold, through the darkness, through exhaustion. He didn't stop. He couldn't stop. Until finally, morning came, and they made it. Snow, endless white, silent, pure. The dog saw it, and slowly, stood up. Then suddenly, it ran, like nothing was wrong. It played in the snow, rolled on the ground, chased after nothing, just, happy. The man dropped to his knees. He couldn't believe it. They had made it. Together. They ran. They laughed. They held each other. In that moment, there was no fear, just silence, and the snow around them.